I'm Jake.
And we roll in there. Yep.
Am I supposed to?
You should clap.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
How should we start?
Welcome to Ride Along Reviews, where we don't ride along.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Ride Along Reviews. This is our first episode, and tonight we're going to be watching Talk to Me, this new A24 horror film that we're all really excited to see. We have Walker in the passenger seat. We got Michael and Brittany in the back there, and I'm Jake, and we're all part of Mediaverse Studios. So the way this is going to work is we're going to just real quick talk about what we expect to see, what we're kind of hoping for in the car, and then we're going to go see the movie, obviously, and then we're going to come back in the car and then kind of give a review and just talk about how we felt about the film. The movie is Talk to Me. It is like I said, an A24 film. It got picked up at the Sundance Film Festival. The creators of this movie are actually YouTubers. They're known as the Raka Twins, and very prolific YouTubers that took a break basically to make this movie. A really cool story, and really excited to kind of follow their progression as filmmakers, since we are all filmmakers here. I know Walker and I both love horror films. I don't know so much about Michael and Brittany.
I fucking hate horror films.
Yeah,
I don't even know why I'm here.
to provide the perspective of the person
who does
not like
That's what I was
horror
saying.
films.
It's valuable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm freaking terrified.
If it wasn't for the Rakas, I don't think I'd be here to watch this.
Definitely, and I think the journey that it took for them to get the
Yeah,
movie.
it was really that video that I sent you is what made me want to
Really
watch
great
it.
video.
Yeah,
Outside of that, I
them
have
getting
zero
chosen
interest in
at
this
like
shit.
Sundance and picked up by A24. That's inspiring, but like not excited to.
Walker,
watch the
did you know
movie.
anything about this movie?
No, but he introduced it to me as it's horror,
Yeah.
and I was like, is it going to be good? And he said that Stephen King and
What?
Who else?
Someone-
Jordan Peele.
Jordan
Peele.
Peele
Okay.
A bunch of other people like
put their
called them.
stamp of
Yeah.
approval
Sure,
on it. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Did you watch the trailer?
Have you seen the trailer? Do you know anything about it?
No.
Oh,
I have only
that's
seen like a
fun.
few seconds of the trailer, just like that one scene where they like grab the hand and they say "talk to me" and like, you know.
I saw the whole trailer. I'm not excited.
So is this by the same people that did Hereditary? Or is it different?
No.
Same studio,
Same
A24
studio.
A24
Okay.
studio. Yep.
The
But
people
they're
who
saying-
made this is their first feature film.
No. They're saying that this is as scary as Hereditary.
No.
Never seen that either,
Never
though.
seen
Yeah.
Hereditary.
What was that movie with
Barbarian.
Justin Long? Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
That's the last like scary
That was the
movie I
last
saw.
scary movie.
These two don't like horror movies. We
Hate
love
horror
horror
movies.
movies, so you're gonna get a couple of different perspectives,
Mhm.
and we're really excited to go see it. All right,
Possibly do.
Alright.
we're gonna go watch the movie. Wish us luck. We will come back here for you no time at all. Ready?
Yeah, in 2.5 seconds. Do
Let's
the
go.
transition.
Could I do like
Yeah, do it.
like
Hey guys, talk to me. Let's say it was a very gripping movie.
Yeah, and I think
God,
it
you
was.
keep going.
Oh,
He did it again.
I do think it was like a good mix of just being scary, but also like making you think about things. You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was expecting to be more scared, I guess.
I
than what
agree.
was.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It was more. It was
Yeah.
more just like a compelling story with like some scary. They definitely had more opportunities for like jump scare stuff, and
Yeah.
that they didn't do.
I love when those people would like throw their head back and like the camera would tilt. Like that shit was dope.
Okay, the shot where she's in the bed with her friend's boyfriend,
Mhm.
and they're like,
Oh yeah.
it flips it up,
Yeah.
and then she walks
and
out.
she walks
Yeah.
in. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
That
that
was
was
incredible.
amazing.
There was
Yeah.
a lot of great kids.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
good like cinematography.
Great cinematography.
And the makeup
Yeah.
for this was
I wish I
very
could've
The effects were
The
great.
practical
Good.
effects.
Dude, the practical
makeup.
effects were awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
it's so realistic.
And I'd be
Yeah.
curious like how they went about filming it, because it's obviously like when they were doing the Talk to Me stuff, the people themselves had makeup on and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then it immediately went away when they snapped out of it too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
So
they
it's
had a
just
way to
like-
I don't know, in the same shot, key out the makeup.
The acting from everyone was pretty phenomenal.
It was
Yeah,
good.
there was no
Yeah.
like
It was
no
good.
one stood out to me as
To me, the
being-
dad wasn't the best actor, but
You'd
also
be the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
outside of that, the acting was really good, and I
Uh,
believe the actress that was like, this is her first big
Yeah.
feature film, or maybe
Yeah.
first.
Could I get a black bean crunch wrap supreme?
Anything else for you?
How many?
I just want to buy hot blast freeze.
Same.
See how much
Actual.
the budget was. I think I looked it up. It was like 15.
That's okay.
You gotta put your lob right next to the burrito when you bite into it, though.
4.5
ASMR.
Well, ASMR.
25 million was the budget.
4.5.
Oh, 4.5.
Okay.
So that's still what they would, call low budget
Yeah.
feature
Yeah.
film.
It was, and the movie was able to earn that back on its first day of release.
Shit.
Wow. What have they made so
man.
far?
Approaching 40 million at the box office.
Hey.
That was 2 days ago.
That's really cool, man. And
Yeah.
for horror films, I feel like horror films recently haven't been getting.
I'm just saying, like, it didn't feel like I'm not traumatized.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
So
scared.
worried about that.
This movie was just more about, like, connecting the dots and, like, finding the coolness in that.
Mm-hmm. It was
Yeah.
almost mystery too,
I like
what.
Yeah.
They didn't really give you any answers as to like what was actually going on.
Okay, thank you. That's, like, kind of
Yeah,
my
she's
only
talking.
thing is, like, I have two big unanswered things that, like, is it just I missed that bit, or it's like, did they really unanswer them? There's one big one that I'm like, I don't appreciate that this is left unanswered.
I will say that I was a little disappointed in the ending, but then they sort of like added a bit more to the ending, where they sort of showed you like what these souls are seeing when
what the other
humans
side
are
of
touching.
it
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
seeing the other side,
And
which I thought was cool.
I think they left it open for a sequel.
Yeah.
Yes,
for
and I
sure.
think that's what I was just actually. I think I just read that they're working on a sequel.
I'm
maybe,
sure
or
there
in
probably
talks
will
about
be
it.
because it is such a hyped up.
I am interested, like what the sequel would be. Then.
Well,
I feel like
because-
it would
okay,
be
so-
completely different actors.
I think they
Yeah,
want
they
to
have to.
expand the rules of this thing, and then also they said that there's another hand that's just out there.
True.
Oh, did
and
they?
they didn't destroy
Yeah.
this.
Is that a different hand?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's probably the other hand.
You're right.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's so
Wait,
true.
okay, think about the orientation. Because the hand that they had
Oh, yeah.
Was a
right?
right hand
Yeah.
shaking a no,
And
it was a
then-
wait no, it
It was
was
a
a
right
I
hand
think it was
shaking
a
left
left
hand.
hand.
it was a left hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the other one, I believe,
Was her
she stuck
right
her
hand.
right hand out. Yeah.
It was a right hand. So, and I want to see like how they would use it. Oops, I missed my turn. Outside of like a party trick, you know?
Yeah.
What I think they're gonna do is tell the story of the medium who had the hand.
Like an
Oh,
origin
see, there's a
story?
Yeah.
lot of different ways they could go with it.
But I loved how the shots were drawn out, like on people's faces. They got the
Yeah.
full emotions. You're completely drawn into it and their expressions and stuff. But like in stuff like Bly Manor, they drew that out too much. And it was like it created too much of a slow burn.
Yeah.
But this one I thought that they
They
hit
paced
the
it
nail
well.
on the head. You
Yeah.
got like that cinematic
Yeah.
yeah.
Cinematography.
Just shut up.
The
The
cinematography.
cinematography.
And also, this is in the opening of the film, so it's not too much of a spoiler. But the whole opening is a wonder.
All a wonder. It was
Yeah.
so good.
And it
Very
was like
elaborate,
very
dude.
like a lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
people.
You gotta think of
And
how
the
much
shock
work
value that draws you in.
Yeah.
The wonder, like, it makes you feel like, okay, take this movie seriously.
Yeah.
It's just like so
It's a good
shocking, like
intro.
right off
Yeah.
the bat, just
Yeah,
like
great.
bam, like
And it
great
really
intro.
could have been anything at
Yeah.
that point. It could have been a Bernie at Weekends comedy. It could have been, you
Bernie
don't
at
know.
Weekends.
You
Especially with
know?
like the hip hop music in the beginning, could have been like a
Yeah.
college frat party.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It is true.
It
If
is.
you didn't know.
Well, it is interesting that they like framed this as like a party trick that they do, and that was something I was kind of like weirdly not on board with. Was like, would a bunch of kids really think this is cool?
well, yeah, kids play with Ouija boards all the time.
See,
Yeah,
hell
why not?
I think
no.
there was some sort of adrenaline rush or dopamine.
Right, and, like,
yeah.
they- yeah,
And they were
from
treating it like almost as if it was a drug. Like,
Right,
they were
and it
getting
was
high from
like that was barely. I feel like they barely touched on it, and I did pick that up by like her being like, yeah, this describing how it feels or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Felt like they could have played into that just a tiny bit
Now
more.
it's kind of addicting.
Okay, so the two people that had the hand, when they were at parties, they were immediately so bored and wanted to
Mhm.
leave, but they'd stick around for the hand,
Until the
right?
hand people wanted to.
And then it was videoing it like
Mhm.
that. There was another element there to it that kept it interesting, exciting for them, and then they were all doing it.
Yeah.
And like I think it was just that constant like rush and high that they were all getting.
Oh, so it is like taking a drug where it's like it's such an elevated state that like everything else feels boring.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it's new. And
Yeah.
it wasn't a drug that was gonna like destroy your system.
And it was
you know?
initially it was a draw for people to come to the parties because they're seeing these videos on
Mhm.
social
Yes.
media.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
oh, is
yeah.
this even real?
Yes, and I can see people being interested in that and having no clue about what damage they could possibly be doing or
Yeah.
doors they could be leaving open.
Okay, well, my number one problem is that, like, what happened to Riley? Like, the whole movie is kind of geared towards saving him, and it seemed as if he is saved at the end, but how?
Yeah.
I think that,
What happened that, like, he gets to go free?
right. Like she sees that little girl like says I let you in,
Uh-huh.
and then she gets the vision of like him being tortured and
Yeah.
shit. But which is shocking.
Yeah, that was great.
That was like
And it was cool
horrifying.
that, like, she got to say,
Cronenberg.
I let you in.
Very Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool. I was like, that's
Yeah,
cool. Like,
that was
the
a neat little
spirit
trick.
gets to say, I let you in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think all of that was a trick.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the mom was a trick.
Is
I thought
the mom a
The mom
trick?
the mom
I
was a
think the
trick
mom
for
is a
sure.
trick, yeah.
What? For real?
Had to be.
But,
Yeah.
And
Well-
like she's trying to talk her into
Killing herself.
No,
Yes.
into killing
Yeah.
the kid.
Right.
No,
killing
killing
herself.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. And you know what? The brother said eventually the spirits leave the body.
Right, which is what happened.
Unless
Right,
you kill
okay.
yourself and then you're stuck.
This
in
all
it.
makes sense.
And then
This all
with
makes
them
sense. So
forever.
it is all a ploy to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like the
Well, I think-
mom and the guy showing up in Riley's body. Like,
Because that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened with the guy's brother.
okay.
'Cause
Okay, I'm on board with
he
that.
took
I'm
his
on board
own
with that.
life.
So we
Yeah.
just assumed the spirit eventually drained out of Riley's body.
I think so. Because it's like it wears off. You feel
Okay.
kind
Yeah, I do think there's some unanswered stuff, but not enough to like make me upset or anything.
No.
There
I think it was
wasn't
fine.
too many holes. There was a few. but-
The scenes when Riley do that,
Oh
when he was like banging
my
his head,
God.
that was
And just to
brutal.
talk about the makeup again.
Yep.
Of, like
Yeah.
Yes.
him in the hospital bed
Yeah.
and stuff.
I actually
Holy
thought
fuck.
it was better when he was banging his head. I was
Yeah.
really impressed.
that was a
Dude,
brutal
that was
scene.
the first
wild.
gush
So fucking-
down his
oh,
face, and then
taking
he
his
just kept-
eyes.
The eye thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
or even
I-
when he's in the bathroom and he's like hitting his head up against that tile and like tile
fuck.
broke.
Okay.
Then he's licking the blood.
so many times. Like he's in a chair in front of a coffee table and he's hitting his head on it. He's tied to the chair. Move the goddamn table away from him.
That's
It was so
true.
simple. And like, why didn't they come up with a better way? Why didn't they tie something onto the hand so they could yank it off of people instead of like it's accidentally stuck?
I mean, teenagers.
No. You gotta freaking prepare for this shit. Like, you need to be organized and ready for every possibility.
I want to see this hand concept applied to not just like Gen Z having a party. Like I want to see people like
Using it for what?
people that understand what it is, how it works, and trying to like get something from it, or like trying to
That-
study the afterlife. Or
I want to know the medium's backstory.
I want that too.
I just
want
don't
that
think
too.
I'd want a whole movie of it though.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I tell you what I think they did a good job on?
Yeah.
Is that obviously Mia dies at the end, and actually that didn't hurt.
No.
And I think it's because they didn't make her the most likable. Like
Yeah,
the
she
minute
was not
she
likable.
invited that dude to her bed, I was like, bad friend. They just didn't make her hateable or anything.
Yeah.
But she
they
wasn't
didn't
really
make her
likable.
like.
And like they
died at
slowly
the end.
corrupt her through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
Well, she's obviously going through something, and
Yeah.
like you know that things can be excused via that and whatnot. But I'm just saying
But-
she wasn't a saint.
You get the saying that she's always trying to do the best thing,
who
though.
is?
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's struggling and she's trying, but they balanced it really well. That
Yeah.
like at the end I wasn't like
No. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Sad. I agree.
What bothered me the most about her character is that she okayed for that kid. That
Yeah, 'cause
for
it's on
me,
her the whole
like, you know,
I will say though, like the whole time I was wondering how this movie was going to progress and like how someone was going to stay trapped on the hand for a longer amount of
Yeah,
time. I
than
feel like they
90
did that really
seconds.
well with like making it the mom talk to Mia. Like if anyone was
Oh,
going to make that,
yeah.
you know.
Oh,
I
that
think that
was
was
like
really
a oh
clever.
shit moment. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's her mom.
Yeah.
And
You
you
even heard someone in the
knew
theater,
she
too.
didn't,
Yeah.
wasn't gonna want to let it go.
Yeah.
Yes, that was such a good. That
Yeah.
was a good like.
Imagine waking up next to Jake sucking your toes. Like, wouldn't you be like, what the fuck?
More
is
than just
going
like
on?
sucking your toes, almost gobbling them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
in
multiple toes.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the whole foot. Basically.
I wonder if the actress like really had to like put
She
someone's
did,
foot.
I
dude.
bet you she did.
Yeah, there's
It
no
was
way
like a
you get
fake
around
foot.
that.
Commitment.
No.
That's why she didn't get awards. No, but I think it set the precedent that like not everything you're seeing from her perspective is reality.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you're right. That's
You know?
exactly
Yeah.
what it did.
I liked the general concepts of the film were started with like peer pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. There was a lot of like family trauma, mental health issues, like unaddressed mental health issues.
Grief.
A lot of grief, yeah. And like the things you do because of grief.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like love, like it makes you do crazy.
What do you call like this concept of mercy killing? That was something in there like euthanasia almost with the kangaroo, and then the brother she thought she was gonna have to put him out.
Well, I
That's
think
what
it was
I'm
all a
saying,
metaphor
like-
though too.
There's
Yeah.
this good I think what I'm trying to say for her character is like she's just a human. Like she's
Yeah.
not perfect. There's at times when I'm like, you're being a bad friend, but also you're obviously going through something. Your mom just died.
Like doing
You're,
bad
like,
things with good intentions.
Super like kind of anxious, you know. It seems like she's really going through something. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying they made a good job at they did a good job at just making her feel like very human.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all are like bad and we're all good at times, you know.
I really felt for her. And like every fucking scene, she's like, please don't leave me. I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
And she so badly just wanted physical contact. Like with
Mhm.
Jade, she jumped in bed with her and they're wrestling all over each other. The kid, you know, like even when they're hanging out at the party, she has her arms around him, like, you know, kind of hugging,
Interesting.
swaying him.
But that's actually an interesting concept because, like, I do feel like the minute she saw Jade holding the dude's hand, you know, they made a point to show that is what prompted her to
Ooh,
do
like,
it.
and the
hey.
hand itself is physical
Yeah.
contact.
when her mom shows up and she ends up spooning her in bed so she can sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all she wanted.
She just fell
She
asleep
just
holding the
wanted
hand.
to be held, you know,
Yeah.
and comforted. And
Wow.
and the only person she wouldn't let touch her was the dad because he hadn't been honest with her.
No way. Yeah.
That's such a good thing to pick up on. Like, I didn't
Yeah,
pick up on that.
Wow.
But, and then, like, talking about the mom spooning her, it's, like, so sweet and, like, such, like, stark contrast with, like, the goriest makeup. Like,
Yeah.
she's dead, you
Yeah.
know? And
But to
that's a
have
visual.
like your mom that you were so close to and you didn't even know like how she passed, like to just have her say like I love you, I'm proud of you, and hold you to sleep, like can't imagine anything. I mean, you're in it at that point. You believe what you're seeing.
Yeah, even though,
Yeah.
like, what
And
you're seeing
you'll
is, like,
keep
disgusting.
believing it,
Yeah.
which came to her detriment in the end. I think it's interesting that you only ever see Mia's perspective of the whole story. Like,
Because nobody else can see her. The mom.
no, just the whole movie is just Mia's perspective. Not like you see other characters doing things, but it's all coming from her place. Like when she says "talk to me," you only ever see her seeing the dead things. It's never anyone else's vision of the dead things.
Word.
Except
true.
when they are holding the hand.
You never see it though, as the audience.
Yeah, we never saw what they saw.
Like they are seeing something, but you see Mia watching them see something.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when all those friends got to hold the hands, we never got to see those
Right.
dead people. We just got to see them have the dead people in them.
So what do you think overall? What do you give it? If you guys had to give it a 1 to 10,
We should do skull.
I give like cinematography like a 9.
yeah.
I give the effects a 10, like the practical effects, even like some of the VFX. Like there wasn't anything that like jumped out at me as, oh, that's fake or that's CGI.
Right.
The sound design.
Yeah. Well, dude, there was
Oh,
one.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Dude,
That
you
was like the
guys
most
scared the shit out
intense.
of me.
No, I'm
Same.
sorry. That sound design was phenomenal.
Well, it was
So
mostly
good.
that moment when that girl is in the fucking corner and you heard her
And it's
humming,
in
and I
the
like looked
fucking-
around.
it's like
I was
crazy.
like, who the
Dude,
fuck
that
is humming right
sound
now? I was like, oh, it's in the
design
movie.
was some of the best I've heard in it. Like
It's
probably,
good.
like I don't know, ever. I don't know. Cause then they did some really cool stuff when she was listening to stuff in her earbuds too.
Mm-hmm.
Good sound design. Sorry,
Good
10,
sound design.
11. I felt like every time a spirit was around, there was some sort of drain happening. happening.
Yeah,
like
there was
water.
There was a
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, that shit was
Gurgling.
gross, dude.
Yeah,
It made it
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
But then it always felt real. Like they would tie it in with a real drain somewhere.
Like there's an aquarium or there's a.
Yeah, or like blood down the drain or
Yeah.
blah blah blah. There was all this draining happening, and then it would tie in with like a real drain somewhere.
The acting was great.
Acting was great.
Yeah, I mean,
Acting
I
was
would
a
give
9.
like acting
Yeah.
an 8 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Story. I don't know what you guys think. I think I'd give it like a 7.
I would agree with 7.
I think I'd go 6.
Oh,
6.5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I think that like as a horror movie,
maybe so.
it wasn't something that's like I'm not gonna have like nightmares from it. I'm not gonna stay up at night.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
definitely unsettling in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It was
I
fucking.
guess
So as a horror movie, I don't think it was. I mean, it was cinematically gorgeous. I desperately wanted them to open the hand. I wanted to see the bone
Like,
in
what was
it.
that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
fuck
And
that.
what they could have learned from it.
Sequel
Why
man.
didn't they DNA test it?
I
They
also
could
was
have found out who
imagining
it came from.
the fucking hand to like get all lifelike and like fucking
Yeah.
I
crawl.
thought so too.
Like
That's true.
from-
It was always just a prop. It was never like a character.
And the whole hospital sequence at the end was dope, where it's
Really
like
good.
she was seeing these people move
No,
on,
that was cool.
And the
but like
lights
the
were
lights
on.
were going off. Yeah, that was really cool.
And then she's just in darkness.
And like I
Yeah.
think this happened before she looked down at her hands, but like she looked in the mirror and her reflection wasn't there.
Mhm.
And like that was like
Oh,
it was cool they set that up.
the callback to the
originally.
dream.
Yeah, yeah,
Loved
yeah, that was good.
yeah.
All right, overall,
Yeah, a movie overall.
Just as a theater experience,
Yeah.
I give it an 8. I had a good time.
I'd say I'd
Okay.
give it an 8 as well. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed that I wasn't overly fucking terrified because I was worried about it.
Yeah.
And I was able to look past the fear and enjoy the movie for what it was. So that was cool.
I think.
I give it a 6, but I would like to say that as someone who doesn't like thrillers, horrors, I do think you could go and watch this and like there's a story there that's compelling and there's not jump scares, so like that's nice. And then but yeah, I'd give it a 6 just because it's not like super original. It's cool, it's great. I had questions and was curious about things and whatnot. It was compelling and stuff, but it's not like I wasn't in awe of what was going on.
Overall, like acting, cinematography, like the really good elements of it, practical effects, makeup and stuff.
Makeup was very good.
Oh, and the fact that Stephen King stamped it, that's definitely playing something for me. 7 to 8.
Yeah.
About a 7, 8, 7.5 average.
6 for me.
Will you watch it
Would
again?
you? I was just gonna ask that.
Oh yeah, rewatchability.
Nah,
No, probably not.
Probably
If
not.
I'd watch it to learn more from like how did they do the makeup and special
I want to watch
effects
behind the
and
scenes.
stuff.
for
I
sure.
would.
behind the
I
scenes
want to
would be
watch
dope.
behind the scenes, and I would watch it again to just maybe I could fill in some of the gaps on where I have questions.
Yeah. Now that you know more.
Yeah.
But I'm not like so. I wasn't so interested though that I need the answers. You know what I mean? So I probably want to
Oh.
watch it again.
That's a good factor.
Yeah, I'm not like so like interested that like I have these questions, but I don't necessarily need the answers. I probably won't look it up when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
I still prefer.
That's true. It's not going to stick with me very long.
Could though. It's good.
It's good.
It will with me for a little bit. There was some stuff they touched on where I was like, that's a little close.
There are a lot of heavy concepts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Close to home.
And I would like to see them do. Sorry, I would like to see the directors what they have next. Yeah.
Do your little wrap.
Wrap this up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Jane.
All right. Well,
wrap.
thank you for watching Ride Along Reviews for our first episode. Let us know how we did. And if you've seen this film, leave a comment and tell us what you thought of the movie. And if you're in Iowa and you're a filmmaker, creative type, and you want to come join us, let us know. We might have room in the car for you next time.
I got it. You ready? You just gotta make it cut to black
Right.
after this.
All right.